I think, one cannot say at this point what you think and what you see, but this was for me the first time I had see someone taking notes in that vigorous manner, taking notes of everything the state is saying. Why is it? Is it to counter it? There's so many discrepancies between the state's case and her case, her affidavit on Friday. I also asked the question, initially in her affidavit, she stated she didn't have airtime, she didn't have data to contact the transport. And today we hear that she contacted her mom in her statement that she gave to SAPS. From whose phone did she contact her mom? She also alleges that she was planted. A lot of the stuff was planted and there was many people in and out. I am saying, did she open up a case of housebreaking if someone had illegally entered her premises? The fact that she came home at 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, if I can remember correctly, the time when this boy went missing, it was freezing cold during that time. For someone to leave a place of residence, and if her family was taking care of her, why did she come alone to her flat? Why didn't anyone accompany her in terms of just supporting her to come and get clothes? She says she came to freshen up. She also made an indication to the security guard saying that she will personally help him search every vehicle the next morning. An hour and a half after she arrived at the complex, she then leaves in a rush and tells the security, I cannot help search, but I'm going to the police station. But in her statement, she says she left the premises to her mom's place. So there's a lot of contradicting statements right now. But for me, I think in my mind, I know the verdict. I just want to know why.
And your reaction to some of the statements that the investigator said, the clothes, the school uniform, the school bag, the red jacket that Jayden was wearing, they were all found.
Yes.
In the unit.
It is alleged, and the statement and the record tells us that the mum and the accused left the complex at 12 o'clock. They locked the flat and they left, and she was back 4 hours later. That tells me that between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock, someone broke into the flat and brought Jayden-Lee's school bag and his school books. Yet she reported him as missing.
And mind you, she had refused.
And she had refused. We must never lose sight of the fact that this mother refused for SAPS to enter her premises. That this mother could have at least said, come inside, let's talk quietly, let me tell you what happened. She refused for SAPS, and I must express my dismay and disappointment in our South African police services for not pursuing in terms of the search for Jayden-Lee Meek in that flat.
And then now her mother coming out to defend her, saying no, her daughter is innocent and all that.
I'm not even sure what to make of it. Did her mother know that she woke up something to 4 a.m. to go back? Wasn't her mother concerned? No, my child, stay at home, we'll go in the morning. All those types of things. A mother took to platforms, various social media platforms a couple of weeks ago, again being in a calling, pleading that she's innocent, saying that she's been framed. I'm not saying that a mother shouldn't support her through this case, but the utterances that are being made, that is concerning.
So do you think the state here has a strong case?
Based on what has been presented here today, the state definitely has a strong case. I don't think that this matter would have been heard in court had the state not had a strong case. I don't think they would have even pursued, knowing the public interest, going and arresting a mom. That's a big risk they take if they haven't garnered or gathered enough evidence, tangible evidence, to actually arrest a mom. I think the state, the country would be fueled if they must have the incorrect person in the dock.
The mother of slain Jayden-Lee Meek returned to court today. Tiffany Meek appeared in the Roodepoort Magistrate Court today for the murder of her son. Meek is currently applying for bail at the moment. Today the state has called the current investigating officer to the stand. The state is opposing bail for the mother. Today the court heard that Meek indeed reported a son missing and a docket was opened. However, the court heard that Jayden-Lee's time to arrive at home was usually at 3:30 p.m. However, Tiffany had only reported a son missing at 7:30 p.m. Police corroborated her version that she indeed was working from home and did not have airtime or data at the time to follow up on her son's whereabouts, and this resulted in her contacting her mother to do so. Police also confirmed that her mother, Deborah Dunn, contacted the Scholar Transport, who confirmed they had indeed dropped Jayden at the complex. Police says that once the docket was opened, they had gone to the home of the transport driver and not only questioned him but also searched his home. Nothing was found. Police alongside Jayden's family also went to a peer of Jayden who was dropped off after him. So the boy told police that he did in fact see Jayden enter the complex, as he was the one that opened the bus's door from the outside. According to the young boy, that the door could not be opened from the inside. So there's no way that he could not have seen Jayden on the day. Police said they searched the complex during the time and even the streets of Vleerhof. However, nothing was found. They called off searches for the evening at about midnight and told the Meek and Dunn family that, the ongoing searches will take place in the morning hours. However, explosive testimony came from the investigating officer. As we all know, Tiffany Meek has continuously stated that she had spent the night at her mother's house. And the court heard that Meek indeed went to her mother's house. However, she did not disclose publicly that she went back to her house or to her apartment. A security guard gave a statement that was read out by the investigating officer, who stated Meek had come in the morning hours. She had returned to the complex and told him that, she was going to go take a bath, she was going to change her clothes and then head back to the police station. Meek did that, and the security guard said at about 5:30 a.m. Meek had left the complex, and shortly after, little Jayden's body was found on the first floor behind the pillar near the stairs. It was also revealed that Jayden was half naked, as he was only seen wearing black underwear. A resident in the complex brought a blanket to close Jayden. Signs of life were not seen, and calls were made to the family and emergency services at the time. For now, the case continues.